We had been married for about a year, and we finally thought it's time to start thinking about having kids. You know, if we got pregnant, then it's going to be 9 months later till we have a baby. So we said, well, that's a pretty long time. Let's go ahead and start up. So the first month we didn't use protection, we got pregnant. Before even our first doctor's appointment, we ended up miscarrying. And we really didn't know what to think at that time. It was heartbreaking, but I started doing a lot of research. I'm the kind of person that does a lot of research with everything and want to know all about everything I'm getting into. And I realized that miscarriages happen a lot, but you go on to get pregnant. That's what the majority of people said. We started trying again, and I thought it would take, you know, I was patient. I said it's going to take 3 to 6 months. Well, 2 years go by, and we still have no positive pregnancy tests whatsoever. About 1.5 years into it, we started going to the fertility doctors, and we went to one, and he mainly said, we're going to try Clomid. It gets a lot of people pregnant, so we said, we'll try that. And so we did that, and we had IUIs in the process too. We did about 6 months of that, and none of that worked. No positive pregnancy test. I was getting a little bit frustrated because I went to the 2 endocrinologists in town, which are highly recommended, and help a lot of people get pregnant. But they mainly just said, let's do IVF, which is a very expensive, aggressive procedure, without knowing what was wrong. And so I pushed them to do these tests on me, because I'd read, you know, these are some of the things that can affect your fertility. And one of the things we found out was that I had MTHFR, which is a blood clotting disorder. And so once I started researching that, it was a fairly new idea that was hindering pregnancy and hindering getting pregnant. We found that out and started taking a baby aspirin a day, and would possibly get on heparin injections once I did get pregnant. So we went through the fertility thing. I kept doing more research because I really wasn't satisfied with just jumping into a $10,000 procedure that has at best 50% success rate. And I wasn't comfortable doing that, especially when I didn't know exactly what was wrong. So during my research, I looked at the top fertility clinics in the nation with the highest success rates, and one thing that they always did was the acupuncture. And I said, well, if it's successful for IVF, then it's got to be successful for just getting pregnant anyway. So that's when I came here and started getting acupuncture. So started doing the fertility, the acupuncture for fertility. And I liked it because it wasn't so aggressive, like a pill that they give you that messes with your hormones and your emotions. It's more subtle, and it seems to me, and from what I've read, that it corrects underlying issues. Once I started acupuncture, was about 2 years into it. At that point, I started getting pregnant every 6 months. I miscarried 3 more times. But each time it lasted a little bit longer. As heartbreaking as every one of them was, it kind of gave us hope that the next one may work out. 5th time, we were so nervous because we said, well, you know, none of the other ones have worked out. I continued to get the acupuncture because I truly believe that helped, and I wanted to help maintain the pregnancy, and that one finally worked out, and this is Cooper. I was extremely scared because I cannot stand needles, and I was terrified, and I was pleasantly surprised that it did not hurt one bit. And I would come here on my lunch break at work, and sometimes I'd be really stressed out. By the time I left, I would be very relaxed. I like it better than a massage.
But I think sort of intuitively, at the very worst case scenario, the relaxation part of it has got to be huge, you know, because they say, one of the big things they say is, you know, try to reduce your stress. Well, when you're going through fertility issues and you're having to take medication and go see different doctors and get a bunch of, well, we're not really sure, why don't you, you know, try this, and I think that's a huge benefit that nothing else seemed to provide. You know, the medications can stimulate certain things and have physiological impacts, but nothing from what I saw helped with the relaxation side, which I would assume was a big part of it being successful.